One night, Harry lost everything he had worked for. His job was gone, his savings disappeared, and his future seemed shattered. But what happened next proved that sometimes losing everything is the first step toward becoming someone extraordinary. Harry was an ordinary young man living in a small town. He had a stable job, a comfortable apartment, and dreams of building a successful future. Every morning, he woke up with confidence, believing that life was finally moving in the right direction. For years, Harry worked hard at a local company. His dedication earned him respect from coworkers and trust from his manager. He saved money carefully and planned to start his own business one day. Everything seemed perfect. One afternoon, however, Harry received shocking news. The company was facing serious financial problems and had decided to lay off many employees. Harry's name was on the list. At first, he couldn't believe it. How can this happen? He asked himself. He had always been one of the most hard-working employees. Yet within minutes, he found himself unemployed. Harry tried to stay positive. He told himself that he would quickly find another job. But weeks passed, then months. Every application he sent was rejected. His savings slowly disappeared as he paid rent, utility bills, and daily expenses. The money he had worked years to save began vanishing faster than he imagined. Stress started affecting his health. Sleepless nights became common. He spent hours staring at the ceiling, wondering how everything had gone wrong. One evening, another disaster struck. Harry discovered that a risky investment he had trusted had completely failed. The remaining money he had invested was gone. His heart sank. Now he had almost nothing left. Soon afterward, he could no longer afford his apartment. Packing his belongings into a few boxes was one of the most painful moments of his life. As he locked the apartment door for the final time, tears filled his eyes. Friends who once called regularly became distant. Some stopped answering messages altogether. Harry felt completely alone. Days turned into weeks. He began doubting himself. Maybe he wasn't talented enough. Maybe success was meant for other people. One rainy evening, Harry sat on a park bench watching people hurry home. Then he noticed an elderly man nearby feeding birds despite the rain. The old man looked peaceful and happy. Curious, Harry walked over. "How can you smile in weather like this?" Harry asked. The man chuckled. "My boy, storms never last forever." Harry sat beside him. The elderly man listened patiently as Harry explained everything he had lost. When Harry finished, the man nodded thoughtfully. Then he said something Harry would never forget. "You lost your money, your job, and your apartment. But did you lose your skill?" Harry remained silent. The old man smiled. "Then you haven't lost everything." Those words echoed in Harry's mind all night. The following weeks were not easy. Harry still had financial problems. He still faced uncertainty. But now he had something stronger than money. He had hope. Every day, he spent hours learning new skills online. He studied marketing, business management, and digital tools that companies were looking for. While others spent time complaining about problems, Harry focused on improving himself. Slowly, opportunities began appearing. A small business owner hired him for a short freelance project. The payment wasn't large, but Harry treated it as if it were the most important job in the world. He delivered excellent results. The client was impressed and recommended him to others. Soon another project arrived. Then another. Little by little, Harry rebuilt his confidence. Months later, he noticed a pattern. Many small businesses struggled with online marketing. Remembering his dream of owning a business, Harry saw an opportunity. Using the skills he had learned, he started helping local businesses improve their online presence. At first, he worked from a tiny rented room with an old laptop. There were days when success seemed far away. But this time, Harry refused to quit. Whenever challenges appeared, he remembered the elderly man's words. Storms never last forever. He continued learning, continued improving, continued helping clients. As months turned into years, his reputation grew. More businesses contacted him. His income increased steadily. Eventually, Harry hired his first employee, then a second, then a third. The small operation slowly transformed into a real company. One morning, Harry stood inside his new office building. Employees worked enthusiastically around him. Clients trusted his services. The business was thriving. Looking through the office window, Harry reflected on his journey. He remembered losing his job, losing his savings, leaving his apartment, feeling completely hopeless. Those failures had forced him to grow stronger. They had pushed him to learn new skills. They had taught him resilience. Without those difficult experiences, he might never have discovered his true potential. Years later, Harry was invited to speak at a community event. Hundreds of people filled the auditorium. Many were facing challenges similar to those he once experienced. During his speech, Harry shared his story honestly. He didn't hide the failures. Then he ended with a powerful message. Sometimes life takes away everything you think you need, so you can discover what truly matters. Never measure your future by your current situation. As long as you have determination, knowledge, and courage, you can start again. The audience erupted into applause. Some people wiped tears from their eyes. Others smiled with renewed hope, because Harry's story reminded them of something important. Failure is not the end. Loss is not permanent. And no matter how many times life knocks you down, you always have the power to stand up and begin again.